Hello, everybody. Once again, I'm live. So I'm going to drop the link in here. So whoever wants to come up, that'll be awesome. Please do. And there is the link for anybody that wants to come up. I think I can have up to 10 people. I don't know. Usually it's 6, but I think I'm allowed 10. So click on the link. Come on up. Let's hang out again. And I appreciate those that have joined me last night. That was fun. Had a great time. Did about 2 hours and 30 minutes last night. Very proud. Round of applause for everybody. Yes. So get your drinks, get your snacks, and hang out with us. Enjoy your time with me. So let's have another great live stream. Let's enjoy each other's companies, you know. So hopefully everybody's doing well. I'm doing good. It's Monday. And tomorrow's Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day is Wednesday. Yay. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm not bah humbugging anybody with that, but I just don't care. I know what it means, but I'm going over to my parents for a dinner. That's all I know. And if everybody could just mind what Marion's doing, she's got a cough. It's winter time. It happens around this time every year. She's got all her vaccines. All that's good. So just bear with us if she starts to cough. And hopefully nobody leaves. She's not sick. We went to Reno about 3 weeks ago. She thinks she caught something on the plane. I don't know if it would show up that quick or whatever, but maybe. But anyway, so just let her do what she needs to do and get that out. I appreciate everybody's understanding on that because I care a lot about my wife, so you all should too. And if it gets loud, I'm sorry. I can't really do anything else about it. We gave her some proper meds for it too. So somebody's watching, which I appreciate it. You can come into the chat, say hello, or join the panel. There's the link. You all right, Vince? I just told everybody what was up.
Well, if I sit up, I probably won't cough as much. But sometimes I do it anyway.
So anyway, folks, just waiting for a few to get here, and for those that are probably in the chat here. So Darren, if you can hear me though, give me a thumbs up in Messenger. So you have me playing already. "3S Mom has all her accounts saying hello on here. It's funny. Anybody else want to come up here too? Click that link right there. I don't want to start off bad on here. I want everybody to show up. Thanks for the leftover messages in the chat. Appreciate that.
Ta-da! Abracadabra! I'm
How you
back.
doing? That's
Good.
good.
I dropped my mom to 7 places today. The banking and the Tim Hortons and Walmart and dog food. Dollar.
Dildo.
So 6 hours. And it's snowing coming back. So yeah. Let's share your stream out.
So are you going to be going out a lot in the next few days, meaning Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, to help your mom, or is it is the roads bad?
Both.
Did the StreamYard link work?
I don't know. I just clicked on it here, and it worked perfect in the chat.
Some people said yesterday that it gives them an error message when they want to get in.
Maybe because you're not live yet.
Oh, we are.
Oh,
We're live now.
let me just share your link. Let me just drop.
Yeah, Mike G Vlogs. I tried to video call him, but it never works.
Okay. You might be working. I'm just sharing this out. Sharing this out. Do, do, do. That's done. Sweet Pea's not coughing now.
No, but she's sitting up instead of laying back. That's what really does it.
So I got a premiere in 40 minutes, 44 minutes. That's good. So I flexed it. Now I'm just sharing you out here to all the peoples. Is there
What?
anyone specific you want me to share it out to?
Well, like I said, Sean Moore, he wants it.
Done. Anybody else? Let me share it out to Mike, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see. There he is. Want me to share it to Cliff and Rue?
Yeah.
What's the title of your live stream?
Week of LS.
Week of live streams. Got it. Okay. Mike, Cliff Rue. I don't remember Bruce's live stream.
Let's see.
Okay, so that's done.
Hey, Sean Williams, how you doing?
There he is. Merry Christmas, Sean, to you, your family, your cat, and I think it's Annie, his bestie. More blessings for the holiday season and 2025. Okay, I've shared it out to all the peoples. Nice, 14 tam sacks already. So Alexia, mega love shout out.
Oh, Selexia's here? Usually it's Filipina girl. I don't see her name.
Yes. It's a surprise. Yeah, it's a surprise.
Hey, that sounded like Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog here.
Merry Christmas, Alexia. Excellent. I was out with mom today too, taking care of the mom, the dog, shopping, till shopping. Had to do banking, food shopping, Christmas shopping, dog shopping. We had lunch out at a coffee store. It was a busy day.
But
Christmas.
Darren Dobson paid for everything.
Oh no, 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 no! I'm already donating my time and gas. And No, not independently wealthy.
So she
No.
doesn't help you out just for taking her?
Ah, she treats for food. That's
Um,
fine. When we went some groceries, she treated for. I got a big 2 kilogram bag of peanuts.
ugh, God, you're gonna shit. And they're unsalted? That's even
Yep,
worse.
I like it. I don't like salt or sugar. The sugar is so addictive. We got shopping due for December. Shopping to very. That's good. I still do a little last bit of shopping tomorrow, so that's all good.
So actually, you gotta use the other name so I can see you.
Yeah. I'll tell you what she says. She says, "Hello, Josh. Hello, Darren. Hello, Sean. Merry Christmas, everyone." There you go. She's doing it. Oh, excuse me.
And then 3S Mom, she brought all her usernames in here.
She's awesome. She's super. Let me just copy and paste this. Premiere. Some people have some live streams. My premiere's on my room tour. Ooh, my room tour, Josh. Fancy.
Wait, what? Who was watching my room tour?
Say, my premiere is on a room
Oh,
tour. Yeah. LV Mix Megalove shout out. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. Happy holidays. What does she have there coming up? 14
Christy
left.
came in. Christy and Selexia.
Thank you, Christy. Christy was one of the people I flexed it out to. Filipino girls there. What is stay 15 minutes, then I open also my LS. LV, drop your link to your LS. Let's see if you have it already pre-booked. Let's see. So we can go Tam Socket. Go to channel live. No, nothing pre-booked. Playing Bach puzzle.
LB, I thought I was guapo, not guapa. That's the opposite of handsome.
What's this? What's the opposite of handsome?
No, that what you said down there. Hello, host guapa.
Guapa. Guapa is beautiful. Guapo is
Handsome.
Kogi. Handsome, correct? Correct. There's 3S. Hi, 3S. Okay, so there is LV Mix. There is LV Mix. Should be going live. 3.49K subscribers. Nice. 1.4K videos. Nice. And yes, I'm here. Selexia's still hiding. 3S. And Mom's awesome. That's cool. Good morning, Philippines. Thank you, LV. Another 3S. Thumbs up. Here comes a thumbs up, Josh. Be prepared. Be thumbed.
Be thumbed. Yes, but Darren Dobson gets 150 likes before he even starts 2 hours before.
Not all the time. That's if I'm promoting my live 5 days in advance. Then you slowly get them. I think the last one I had maybe 60. Maybe I'll get 60. If I go live right away, maybe I'll go sick at 60.
I'm glad they're all here, but I mean, they don't ever come up.
It's okay. Some people are shy. Just the support we appreciate. Listening here, doing laundry. Thank you, Celexia, for leaving a comment on my premiere. Thank you, Christy. 53 likes, 73 comments. That's not bad in less than 24 hours. Oh, take it. Listing here, doing laundries. Okay. There you go. Always doing. So, what did you do today, Joss? Anything today?
I went out and mailed a few cards.
Ah, that's good. I mailed one card today. The Canada Post finally ended their strike. They started delivering mail last Tuesday. They were off for a little bit, so I don't know how long they were off for, but it's good to see them back mailing or doing the mail. See, Sweet Pea's not coughing anymore. She's doing good. That's good. Before I came up, I could. You were in the background. I could hear her coughing. Not anymore, so that's good. Thank you, Christy. Very supportive. Awesome. So, what were your stats on your premiere yesterday? It was packed.
My premiere.
No, your live stream. I mean, yesterday.
What was the? What'd you say?
Statistics. You'd still go back and check it out. Might have like huge watch hours, lots of views.
Let's see. I wonder if I can do it through the studio.
Yeah. That's exactly what you do. You do the studio, click the image.
I do have 23,530 subscribers.
23,500. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well done. That's good. Well, you got some new ones yesterday.
So how do I check this? I see estimated revenue, watch time, and views. Which, when you click back, it says 65 views, or 71, something like that.
Yeah.
But on here it says 13.
I have no idea what that means. I think you definitely had 70 views for sure. The watch hours will be there. I'll tell you what your watch hours were. I think you did that was really good live stream. It was busy. It was good seeing old friends.
Do you see the goal thing on there? Goal? Like when you do regular YouTube or something?
No.
It gives me a chance to, like when I go to my regular YouTube on my channel,
Yeah.
to the actual video, it says it gives me an option for goal, GOAL.
Okay. Did not know that.
I put at least 5
Oh,
super chat
goal.
goal.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that. Yeah. I think you said goal. Yeah. Christy, I'm leaving a comment. And January 3rd. Christy Dunn. Yeah, I saw it 0 to 5.
Yeah. Man, I got like, I don't know, 5 or 6 super chats yesterday.
That was good. Because once you get it to, so if YouTube takes 30%, you got to get 130 US dollars because they'll take 30%. So you still get 100
I get,
and then cash out.
right now, according to what I calculated, if it's right, before I get paid at the end of January, because I won't get paid this month. I already talked to the YouTube folks and YouTube support,
Oh, wow.
and they calculated everything. They said once everything's calculated, then you get paid between the 21st and 26th of the next month.
Right.
And he was saying January I would probably get paid, but right now I calculated over. It's about $120 right now.
Oh, okay. That's after they take their 30%?
I don't know. Whatever they got to do.
Do they take tax off your as well before you get any paid, or are you responsible to pay tax?
I do get tax forms sent to me in the mail, but it says 0.
Okay.
I don't know if they do or not because it's like a small amount that I'm getting. It's always been $100 all the way up to 130. That's about all I get.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Hello. Megalove shout out. Roby Lynn, Megalove shout out. The next one is 3S. Roby, on the way to your house.
Okay.
Everybody.
Everybody's Dior Boogie. Let's go Roby first.
Darren,
Yes.
Marion said hey.
Hey, Roby Lynn. Megalove shout out. Let's see next.
You're on diet, Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, you going to bed? I knew you wouldn't stay up long.
Yeah, I'm going on to bed.
Say goodnight then.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, sweet pea.
Okay. How does it go, Bones? Okay.
Okay.
Christy, done your premiere. You've done mine.
Not a sponsor.
Diet. I'm gonna get a drink too. I'll be back. I'm thirsty now. Eating those dry peanuts. Eating those dry peanuts.
So Bruce said he'll try to come up. He's not home just yet, but he'll join us.
That's nice. He's always funny. He's a good co-host. There you go. Oasis apple juice.
At least it's not piss.
No, definitely not.
That'll make you have the shits.
There you go. 15-minute warning to my premiere.
Does that mean you have to leave, or are you still gonna be here?
No, I just turn off my camera, and then I go over to a different tab, and then I can thank people for coming. As long as my computer is fast enough, which it should be. That's why it's good to have other co-hosts. But who's ever available, I'll be at a family event on Christmas Day. I'll be at a family event on Boxing Day. I'll be at a family event January 1st. So what do you have going on with the family?
Just right now, just dinner and hardly anybody coming over because everybody wants to spend time at their new house with their families. They don't want to join the parents. It's just going to be, Marion's going to stay here at my house. My parents live 2 doors behind me, so I'll just go over for dinner and gifts and then just come back. I mean, it's not going to be a big thing. My dad said we're doing like a roast for dinner. I'll eat it.
So Marion will stay back at your place?
Yeah.
So bring her back some food?
Uh-huh.
Good.
I did the same thing at Thanksgiving. It was fine. Even though we were, my folks invited her and me over, but Marion and my mother don't get along that well. So.
Just save the headache. Save the headache, right?
All right. So, because in the beginning, when I first met Marion through friends, my mother almost didn't like that I was in a mental health program, meeting all these others that need more help than I do, if you will.
Yeah.
And she kind of was like, I met some really cool friends though, but she was not happy that I found a love interest in the group. And Marion and I just kind of fell in love, just kind of like I said, it's going to be 18 years in February. But
what a love story.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
One day we were eating in her apartment. Like we were back and forth to each other's apartments. And I go over there to eat. We did like a rotisserie chicken type meal, whatever. And just sat and relaxed, watched TV, hang out, which was every day for hours, just talking and getting to know each other. And my mother comes over one day and yells at me. And she says, "Why do I want to be with a dying woman?"
Ouch.
Because of what Marion's problems are. They were mild compared to now.
Yeah. Love is love. Because you guys became close because you spent so much time. You enjoyed each other's company.
Yeah, and it also got me out of a lot of the stupid programs. Like the program itself that we were involved with was lame to the T. And it was fun to have cheap apartments, I found guns, I found hole in walls and stuff. I feel like I was at a bathhouse, but so it's hard to explain. There was actual rifles and handguns located in my wall in my apartment.
Oh my goodness.
And the guys were idiots for maintenance trying to cover the hole in the wall. They didn't patch it. They didn't do anything. They just let me move in with a hole in the wall. Then you look into the hole. Mind you, this isn't a fart hole. This is where somebody stuffed guns.
That's crazy.
And then I found a rifle, an AK-47 underneath my couch.
What?
I'm not kidding.
So do you have to call the authorities so they can come pick it up?
Yes. And my brother, and my mother were coming over. They were on the way. I said, "Mom, I just found a AK-47 rifle underneath my couch." And they raced over. The cop, woo, raced over. I can hear him. Little chubby guy walk. Did you guys call 911? Yeah, come on in. And he was nice though, and he checked the gun. He's like, "It's a BB gun, sir." I was like, I wasn't sure. I wasn't aware of this. I moved my couch and I saw a butt of a gun, and it was an AK-47. So I said, my mom said, "Don't touch it. Call 911." So I had them come over and look at it, check it out. My brother, the one I told you who passed at the time, said, he told the officer, "Can I have the BB gun?" And the officer said, "No, sir, I'm sorry, but that has to go in evidence now."
Yeah. Yeah, it could be involved in something. If it was a real gun, it could have been involved in a crime.
And my mother said, "Don't touch it. Leave it where it's at. Let the cops see it and do what he needs to." And it was a BB gun, but it was shaped as an AK-47. I was like, I don't know if I should be living here. I go live with Marion. But it didn't happen like that. So all that got taken care of, whatever. But the funny part is my brother said to the cop, "Can I have the gun if it's just a BB gun? Because I love guns like that." And he shoots out in the woods and stuff at targets. And he's like, "No, sir, this has to go in evidence now."
Yeah, fine. Roxanne, thanks.
Yeah, Roxanne, it was somebody that lived there before I had incidents with certain people, if you will, that was trying to hide weapons. I won't say color or name, but somebody had a rough boyfriend, if you will, punching holes in walls, hiding guns. And she was kicked out or something. Precious, what happened? Hold on. What happened to that girl that got kicked out of my apartment? Okay, thanks. A lot of help you are. So yeah, there was a lot of weird stories. Like they even told me, they remind me that they ignored the hole in the wall because we had somebody living there before you that we kicked out because they had a rough lifestyle, if you will. And we've been wanting to patch that up with the maintenance, but they never did. I was there 3 years.
Wow.
Getting beat up by her boyfriend.
She kept getting beat up by her boyfriend.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. So.
Why did they kick her
out? Why'd they kick her out, Buns?
Because she started drinking and she drank too much one night and had alcohol poisoning.
Not her, the one that lived in my apartment before me. You guys told me all these.
I don't know that much about her.
The one with the hole in the wall of my apartment?
Yeah.
They're funny.
Yeah. So.
They're funny.
Yeah, Roxanne, they never fixed the hole. I was always over at Marion's place anyways. We were like a sidewalk apart, if you will. They put me like in the ground apartments, like underneath all the other ones. And the other ones were facing the road, the parking lot. I was facing streets and storage places and restaurants, so I can smell fart when I open my door. So, and when I say fart, I mean barbecue. So, I lived right behind a barbecue restaurant. It always smells like fart. Like they were actually slicing pigs back there.
I mean, wow. Live?
No, I'm kidding. But it just smelled like, I don't like barbecue too much. It's hit or miss when I eat it, but It's just the smoke when the wind picks up, the smoke is just surrounding the area, and you could smell barbecue. Kind of gets annoying. I wish I smelled fart instead. Because then I'm used to it, but now everybody's going to leave. But yeah, I lived near a vet hospital, Domino's and all that kind of stuff. It was a busy street that I lived on.
Wow.
But yeah, that's how I met my friend Titties and a few others. So,
Wow. You had a friend named Titties?
not his real name, but that's a nickname I gave him.
What's my nickname?
I probably shouldn't say. I could have said hot bald guy.
Don't make your wife jealous.
It's okay. She understands. She's like, if you want to, he's yours. So, Darren, I left Roxanne a gift by video.
Nice.
And it was music, because if I put it on YouTube, I'll get copyrighted. So I recorded it off my radio in the car, sent it to him. I didn't. Hold on. No, Roxanne, I'm about to check it now, though. But I sent him a video of one of his favorite groups.
Ooh.
What? I don't see any questions, Roxanne. You said Merry Christmas. That was awesome. Oh, in the chat? No. What was it? Were these apartments owned by your parents? No. This was a whole different complex. My parents can't afford to own apartments. They can own homes, but not apartments.
Woohoo.
So yeah, anyway.
2 minutes.
So Roxanne, it's the holidays. Could you come up? You can hide your camera. I don't care what you do, but at least come up and say hello up there. So Darren, with this new program for that offer that they gave us, are we allowed to have 10 people or 6?
Yeah, once you get the free thing, you can have 10.
Okay. Murad used to have 10 people, and everybody was talking at once. And yeah, they gave me that offer till the 29th, and I know how to cancel after it's over. It works for everybody else, Roxanne. I don't know why it's giving you errors.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
So, Roxanne, there you go. Try that. See if it works for you. Come on up. Because Darren's got to do his little video and then he'll come back. But I can have up to 10 people, whoever wants to come up. I'm glad you liked your little gift, your little video. When I heard it, I was like, oh, I got to record this. So, anybody else want to come up? Filipina girl, you still there? You can come up for a few minutes if you would like. 3S moms, you can come up. Whatever you all want to do. Okay. This one's not too active tonight. I don't like talking to myself. Ask me something, everybody. Just please. Then I'll answer. I mean, whatever you want to do. Roxanne, ask me something. Everybody got quiet in here. I might do another 2 hours like last night. I might do an hour and 30 minutes. I don't know. Depends on how it goes. Only 3 people watching. Well, we used to do it with family instead of Christmas Day. We used to do gifts and dinner on the 24th. Not anymore. People have been not around, can't make it, or they've passed away, or it's just not that serious or big anymore. Used to have big Christmas nights, big. And now it's not been the same. So just been a tough few years. My parents aren't working anymore, so there's not a lot of fun stuff we're doing anymore. Did everybody leave? What's going on here? I might just get done in an hour. I made a mistake doing 5 hours one day. That really was not going to happen, but it did. Actually, I forgot to invite somebody else in here. Give me a second. Does anybody want to join me on the panel? Okay, Roxanne. Oh, there you guys are.
Hello, everyone.
How y'all doing?
Hi, Josh.
How
Hello.
are you?
Hello, Sean. Hello, Darren. Hello, Josh.
Hey.
It's good to see you, Roxanne. You finally made it. So that's
Yes,
good.
I did. I wasn't lying, though. It kept saying errors.
Oh,
Okay.
Darren sent me the link to the StreamYard because when I type in chat, nothing shows up, and I can't see whatever Josh types in chat. I don't know what it is, but it's always been that way.
Uh-oh.
Now I think
Josh, did you block him?
Darren can see me. I think Darren can see me in the chat if I remember correctly. Oh,
What did you say, Roxanne?
I said, did you block him? Just joking.
no,
No.
that's what I thought originally, but he said no, and I never talked about it. Then I asked Sammy, what gives here? Sammy couldn't even figure it out.
Hey,
And that's
Krista,
strange.
Forte.
Josh, you notice the sleeper's different? Top bunk is up here and it's folded down.
Right?
See, my Pete was like right here, but it was half folded up.
Okay.
That way I can, prop my head on it, but I can't do it in the KW here.
Huh.
But I can stand up in the cab without having to bend over because of the roof.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they stopped making the 579 Pete's like mine, let alone a 10-speed. I was the last in the fleet to have the 10-speed. And that's when I learned how much OCD I had, because every now and then I keep reaching for a stick that's not there, or put my left foot down to a pedal that's not there. And I start cussing like a truck driver. Shit.
Where you at now?
There. I am 12 miles south of Salisbury, North Carolina. I got it delivered to the Food Line. It's actually Food Lion, but down here they say Food Line. The DC center there.
Are you gonna come through Winston at all, or what?
I don't know. Depends on what my next load is. I'm hoping I get a load that takes me back out to Texas or California, which I might if I get the Well, is I-40 still closed off between Tennessee and North Carolina there? Is it washed away?
Yeah, it's past Swannanoa all the way to the Tennessee line. That's
So
where
I'd
you
have
can't get through.
Yes, so I'd have to come back down 77 to 85 and taking it to Atlanta and go around. Okay. If I get a load of Sierra Nevada out of Henderson, that usually goes to Chico, California.
Okay. You can get there in a day and a half, 2 days?
Oh, yeah, I'll be in Henderson tomorrow if they give me that load after I get unloaded. But there's no telling, because I know my next load will be dropping hook because it's Christmas Eve and not everybody's going to be working tomorrow.
You're going to try to be home for Christmas stuff?
I wish. It ain't going to happen because I'm told I'm going to stay out again, because I was going to take the holidays off because I should still be in my Pete right now until a couple of days after the new year, and I was going to go to Springfield, get a new truck, because I got till the new year. But there was a breach in my DPF 3 weeks ago when I was in Fort Wayne. Just made one last trip out west and came back east. And there was a breach, and I'm glad I was only an hour from the house too. And it would have cost so much to repair it, so I sold it to the guys at Peterbilt. They're going to sell it at auction, because a lot of these old trucks that almost have 1 million miles on them, like mine did, instead of spending all the money to repair the DPF system, they'll just rip all that shit out and sell it and ship it to Mexico, because down in Mexico they don't have all that DEF shit. I really didn't want I didn't want that truck to go though, but I had no choice.
Who's your baby? Baby,
Yeah.
baby, baby.
I'm going to have this one until November of next year, and then I'm going to get the big ass bonus, sell it, and buy a brand new truck. This one's actually used. It's still really new. It only had 177,000 miles on it. Now, thanks to me, it's got 185.
You gotta put those
I put miles on a truck now. Oh yeah, I put miles on a truck. By the time next year comes around, they'll probably have 350,000 on it or more.
The more miles, the more you get paid.
Wow.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, when I first got in, foot went right to the clutch that wasn't there, it slammed on the floor, and I was, shit. I thought about buying a cane and mounting it in between the seats, so I got a stick to grab. You know, I'm used to grabbing a stick whenever I decide to turn or whatever. I'm always reaching for that stick that's not there.
Yep.
But it's true, the fuel miles, I'm getting a whole lot better fuel miles. I'm hitting 11 miles per gallon. I only got like 7 or 8 in the Pete.
Wow.
So Darren, look who's here, Roxanne.
Roxanne!
Hey, Darren. Hey, Alexia.
Nice to see you.
Nice to be up on panel.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year.
Is it snowing where you are, Roxanne?
Hmm?
Is it snowing where you are?
No, it's not going to snow. It snowed like 2 or 3 days ago, and it melted.
It's cold here in North Carolina. I was in 80-degree weather down in Florida. The further north I went, the colder it was getting. I'm like, shit, man, it's 45 degrees, and I ain't even got to North Carolina yet.
Wow. Yeah, it's in the 40s here, so it's not gonna snow.
Nope, that's not
What
bad
about-
at all.
What
Well,
about
it could
where y'all
snow.
are at?
It'll just melt when it hits the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Rosin, you liked your gift? That's the best I could do.
Yeah, it was funny.
But a lot of times, what happens, Josh? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, guys. I'm sorry. It's
Always
a
do.
delay. A lot of times when I'm in North Carolina, I go to Dunn or in that area and get a Smithfield load. That's where the protesters were there.
Oh.
They were in front of preventing the bull haulers that had a bunch of hogs, live hogs in it, from going in, and they slaughter hogs there. And I thought it was a labor dispute. I thought they were unionized or something. I'm like, what are y'all striking for? We're not on strike. They're killing those animals. And I'm like, you're talking about the pigs that he's hauling? Yeah, and that truck driver, he was irate. Get the hell out of my way. And the lady's over there petting the pigs and crying and everything. And I'm like, do you know where you are? I'm like, this is North Carolina. The people down in the South, and I'm changing my accent. The people down in the South are going to want their chitlins. You're going to lose this battle.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're going to lose this battle. I'm like, good luck. They're going to want their chitlins.
Do what?
Is it a PETA PETA, whatever they're called?
Right.
Is that what it was?
It might have been PETA. I don't know. But there was a big group of them. They're blocking everybody from getting in until the police showed up and let the guy in. And I'm like, I got to get in and pick up my load. My hogs are already dead, so you can't attack me. I'm hauling them out, already processed. But I usually get that, and I usually go to like Wisconsin or Minnesota with that. Now I'll cut through on 74 in Winston-Salem. I do that all the time. Whenever I get that load to go up to like Minnesota or Wisconsin, I'll go through. I'll go 40 and then hit 74. Go through Greensboro, that is, or Winston-Salem, I mean, and then hit Mount Erie, and then get on 77 north, right into West Virginia.
Right. You're going right past us when you do that. Extremely right past us when you take 52 north to 77.
Oh, that's 50. That's not 74. That's 52 north there, off of 40.
52. Yeah. Off of 40. Yep.
I don't remember seeing residential housing near the highway there.
No, it's farther off, but we live maybe you've passed it probably. It's the city of King, North Carolina. You'll see the signs. It'll say King and Pilot Mountain and Pinnacle and all that stuff when you go up there towards Mount Airy.
Yeah, can you see downtown from where you're at?
No. But
The
I'm
trees are in the way.
about 15 minutes from downtown. But I'm closer to 52 than I am downtown.
Shoot 'em. Unless there's a mountain in the way, I'm surprised you can't see downtown if you're 15 minutes away.
That's just the drive. But I don't like it here.
But there's no truck stops along there until you get close to 77. There's that big Flying J there by Mount Airy.
Okay.
It looks like a nipple. A giant nipple is what it looks like. Mount Airy does.
That's Mount Pilot. It's Pilot Mountain.
Well, that's Pilot Mountain? I thought it was
Yeah.
Mount Airy.
And there's, the Andy Griffith show wasn't really filmed in our state. It was staged. It was in LA, but it was referenced Raleigh and Mount Pilot is what they would say. And, they would reference stuff in our state.
Mayberry don't exist, right?
It's Mayberry is Mount Airy basically, but they have
Okay.
Well, we have a festival up there called Mayberry Days.
Oh, okay.
And that's
Just like
that's
the
when all
show Jericho.
That's when all the southern folks come out with their overalls and chew wheat while they're walking and enjoying some food and spitting on the
Oh, I
streets and
didn't know
everything.
that. That's cool.
Sorry,
Yeah, but see,
what'd you say?
If you ever
I
see-
didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
yeah, and like if you've seen the two seasons of Jericho, excellent series. The guy that plays Morgan in Walking Dead is in it. That's where he got his start. And Jericho is an excellent series. Now it's supposed to be located on the western border of Kansas. And I'm like, okay, if that's true, then those kids that were played hide and go seek, and the little kid was on top of the roof looking out towards Denver. You're not going to see any mountains. The land is flat. You're not going to see the mountains, and you sure as hell ain't going to see anything nowhere near Denver, because you're like 300-400 miles from Denver. Because the kid was looking towards Denver because he saw a mushroom cloud coming up. And I'm like, that's not accurate. And plus, Jericho don't exist. But if Jericho was placed, it was actually Oakville. It's the highways and everything. It's actually Oakville. But they did some filming around the area where they filmed Jericho there. And that's why I was laughing when I originally saw that. I'm like, they're in western Kansas. You don't see none of the Rocky Mountains until you get to at least Lima. And that's like 120 miles away. When you get the Lyman right off the interstate there, I-70, you don't see the Rocky Mountains until you get way into Colorado, because the Rocky Mountains start on the west side of Denver. Denver is actually flat. When you get on the west side of Denver, right by the Coors place where you pick up the beer, I pick up a load there, you start heading up the mountains then. And you're in the mountains until you get into Utah. That's why, I laugh at the accuracy sometimes. I'm like, that's not right. There's no way that even if somebody were to nuke Denver, if you were in Kansas, you wouldn't have known it or even seen it. But the kid off in the distance seeing this mushroom cloud raising up, and you see the Rocky Mountains. I'm like, you can't see the mountains anywhere near Kansas. But it was a good show, though.
Dang good.
Government didn't like it because it revealed some shit people never thought of what could happen. And I've always suspected that. If there's ever a nuke that happens here in the United States, nobody done that. It was our own people that did it. To make it look like an enemy, it did it. And if I had a choice to pick in the city that has to get nuked, well, it ain't gonna be on the West Coast, because if you do one there, it's just gonna float over the country and radiate most of the country. So it has to be on the East Coast.
Oh.
I'd go with Miami, Florida, because there's mostly the ocean there, and you hit Miami, all that radiation is just going to go over the ocean. And that's being humanistic too. Hit Miami. Now, if we're going to the NFL, hit Green Bay. You're only going to kill maybe about 200,000 people, but hit Green Bay. I hate that city. I hate that team.
That's funny. Green Bay.
Now, if it was NHL hockey, hit Detroit.
Oh, that's funny. Cruel, but funny. That's funny.
No, my friends from those cities were like, "You're a bastard."
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Filipino girl.
Now, baseball, St. Louis, all the way. We're going to throw that damn arch all the way across the state. I hate St. Louis.
Mike G's in the house.
there he is.
Oh, Mike.
Ugh.
Roxanne.
Ugh. What am I reaching for my mouse for? I'm on my phone.
So you got upgraded to the pro version, Josh?
It was offered for free for just for a week, and I tried it, and I'm gonna have to cancel on the 29th.
Yep.
Hello, Filipina girl. I'm reading the chat finally.
Yeah. Hey, Lena, it's good.
Yeah, be sure to cancel if you don't want to pay for it.
It's $88 was it a year?
No, it's 300 US a year. You'd get 40% off. So it was $88. It's probably like it was like a 6 month special, maybe.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't really need it. It was a pop up screen that came on when I got on yesterday, and I was like, sure.
Yeah. Just make sure you cancel. I think it's $45 a month. I think.
Oh my, that's expensive.
Yeah.
And all you
Well, I
get is
can.
all you're allowed to do is have 10 people. That's all it does, and then maybe some other features, but I don't use it.
Correct.
Looking to see who's in the chat. I can tell who didn't go to a Christmas Eve mass over in the Philippines.
Christmas Eve.
Good.
Well, let's see. It's
Yeah,
the
I think-
24th. It's still in the morning there, Sean. It's only
Yeah, I
10.
know. Well, a lot of times mass takes place at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. It starts and lasts till about 2 or 3.
Yeah, but if it's Christmas Eve, it'll be probably Christmas Eve, not Christmas morning.
Yeah,
It'll
that'll
be-
be a high mass.
It's the 24th, so they'll go in the evening, and on the 25th they'll go in the morning.
Yeah, the high mass for Christmas, that usually lasts about 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Glory, glory, glory to God at the highest. And you got the Knights of Columbus with their swords.
Glory to God in the highest.
Well, they do it in English now. They used to do it in Latin. In nomine Patri et Spiritus Sancti Deus et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Wait, how
Everybody's
does,
like,
that
what the
go?
hell? That?
How does that go?
In nomine Patri et Spiritus Sancti Deus et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. That's the Latin.
Yeah, Lone Wolf. The way he does it Father Serducci on SNL, and it's the same. De Padre, de Spirito, de Santo.
Hmm.
So it's just funny when he does that. I always go every time he's on, I go like this to be blessed, and he says it. And it's funny.
I know it better when I have the missile in front of me because I was volunteered to be an altar server. And I said, yeah, I know. I don't know it by heart, but you give me the missalette, I can read out of it through the Latin and everything.
That's cool.
Like, you did outstanding. I'm like, yeah, I like the Latin mass, the old way. And that's why I said that's why I will not accept the body and blood of Christ with somebody else's hands on it. Only you. That's what being a priest is for. Only you can touch the sacrament. Nobody else.
Oh, Cliff and Rue.
Cliff and Rue's here.
Hello, Cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're moving to Indiana. Hi, Cliff.
That's 2 days in a row.
Mike and Cliff, I can have more people up here. Come on up.
Yeah,
Today.
they came. He came into Darren's a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I haven't heard from you, Cliff, since before the baby was born, and the baby's like well over a year old now.
Yeah, 2 years old now.
Or it's 2? Oh wow.
Wow.
And I have a granddaughter that's 2 as well.
We're old, Darren.
How time flies.
Yeah, Cliff is going to be living not but about an hour from my house.
Yep. Yeah, you're buying a house.
Sean, you live in Ohio, though, right?
Yeah, just over the border in Ohio from Indiana, about 5 miles from the border. Oh, Cliff, I meant to tell you, if you want a good paying job and you're having trouble and you need something to turn to, talk to me. Rue may not like it at first because you're going to be away for a little while, but I can get you trained up. You can drive a truck and you can make 6 figures a year. You're not going to be home much, but you can take your wife and kid out on the road with you. No problem. But I don't know if you'd want to do that. It's just up to you. But I'm just saying, if the chips are down and you get gainful employment that pays good, I can guarantee you, driving a truck, the company I drive for. Well, I don't drive for the company. I'm an owner operator through them. You have options, and ever since I started there 15 years ago, I was making 6 figures a year.
Dang good. Cliff is starting 2 businesses, John.
Oh, he is.
Hello.
Oh, no, that's different.
Hey, Cliff.
Hi, Cliff.
Hi.
Oh, that's Cliff over.
Hi.
Back.
Hey, Cliff. Have you heard from Buck? I haven't heard him since that night. He caused a stir on Sunshine Shoulders about 3 years ago, but it was hilarious. Buck was just totally hilarious on it. And wasn't he from Detroit? He was a real funny guy.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's from, but yeah, he was very funny. I think he came out here and fell in love. Probably
Oh, he
in the
did?
jungles of Cebu somewhere.
It's
With a
going to
nice
happen.
province girl.
And for some reason, the women in Visaya in Philippines, they're the most attractive of the 3 territories in the Philippines, the Visayan women. Because Darren just married one.
I've been married to one for 8 years. So.
Wow, you've been married 8 years? I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah. Actually, we're going on 9, so next year will be 9 years for us.
Wow,
Wow.
congratulations. I didn't realize it was that long.
18 in February. 18.
Yeah.
Wow.
Congratulations.
We're old, Josh.
Oh, I'm older than Josh by quite a bit.
What, 5 years?
What are you, 40, 44?
No, 46.
46, yeah. I just turned 51 in November.
Yep.
Wow, Cliff, I didn't realize you were that old.
Yeah.
I thought you were much younger than that.
Nah, my young wife keeps me looking young, that's all. She's 30.
The way to go.
Yeah.
And when you come back, you can piss all them Western women up. Yeah, that's a real woman over there compared to you.
Exactly.
And I would. Oh, man, if I brought a Filipina back, man, I'd rub it in their face big time on purpose. Because they deserve it.
Well, my sister thought initially that I started dating my wife because she was subservient. And I said, wait till you meet her. I said, wait till you meet her. You'll understand. And after my sister met her, she said, oh, no, she is not subservient. I said, absolutely not. I cannot have a woman who is subservient. They have to be strong-willed to deal with me.
But they act like women should.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So,
Cliff, what was that word you used?
subservient.
What does that mean?
That means that they're meek, they're mild, they're sheepish, shy.
Okay.
And they do everything in the world aside from kissing your ass. When you make a mess, they'll clean it up. Now, Filipinos do that anyway, but there is to being overboard about it. Taking a dish of M&Ms and dumping them on the floor and expecting her to come clean it up. If I was her, I'd say, "You clean it up. You dump that shit out."
Yeah, anything that you do on purpose, you're gonna have to clean yourself. But
yeah.
I've made mistakes and she's taking care of me. So
Because there was a Westerner that married a Japanese national. And he did a video to show Western women how Japanese women are. And he did it on purpose, but he normally doesn't do that. He threw his coat down, took his shoes off, and she picked it up right away and hung it up. She was doing everything. That's because Japanese women will do that. They treat their men respectably and do what they're supposed to be doing as women.
and not complain and give you a hard time,
But he did that as a demonstration. He goes, I normally don't do this to my wife when I come home. But he was showing the Western women, the women act like women here.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, how's
Mike!
Hey,
Mike.
hey, Mike, I got permission to go to lunch with you, so
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you can
The
go
boss
for
gave me
lunch,
the
but you don't know
okay.
if you're gonna come back.
That's cool.
But not at the karaoke club.
Yeah, can't be at a strip club though. we can't do eggs and legs. That's not gonna work.
No eggs and legs. Okay.
Oh shit, I'm allergic to eggs, so that's out. That's why everybody's eating balut. And they asked, you want some? I said, you want me to die?
Oh no.
I would have tried it if it won't kill me.
No, I can't. The idea of that little
No,
duck looking
thanks.
back at me, no thank you.
It's not talking to you, Cliff.
What's that?
It's not talking to you.
I don't care. It's looking at me.
Just close your eyes.
We'll just do the pink salmon there, Cliff. So don't worry about it.
Pink salmon.
Yeah, the fish I eat. That's about it.
The two-legged salmon. We'll do the two-legged.
The best fish I had in the Philippines was fresh tuna. I ate that and I was like, this is tuna? They're like, yeah. I said, when I went back home, I won't eat that shit in a can anymore. Big difference. I'm sure you know
fresh
Cliff,
tuna
right?
Yeah, fresh tuna versus canned tuna.
Oh, my God.
comparison.
Yeah,
The
it's
best-
totally different.
The best fish I had in the Philippines, but she left in the morning, so I don't know what was up with that.
Here we go.
Hey, I like
you
meat
asked
for
me to come
breakfast.
up there, so and I'm home, so no holds barred.
I like meat for breakfast just as long as it's fresh.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not here for you, Josh. I'm here for that Filipina girl. I'm trying to check her out.
Yeah, and Cliff, you've been away for a while, and you'll be reminded of all the preservatives and high fructose corn syrup we put in everything is killing us.
Yeah. Well, my wife has already got a plan to make sure I still eat healthy while we're over there. So
Yeah, do not tell her, do not buy the already made pans in the frozen food aisle. It tastes like the box it came in. It's like, that's
Yeah,
not
no.
pans.
yeah, she wouldn't do that. She makes all of her own. What she's real
And
big on is lumpia. My buddies, whenever we throw a party, she'd make like 60, and just two guys between the two of them, they'd just destroy that plate of 60.
Yeah, what drives Filipinos crazy over here, because my cousin told me that. He'd been married to his wife for over 20 years. He said, have them try rice-a-roni. It drives them crazy. They love it. They're like, ooh, what is it? This is good. Because they don't got rice-a-roni over there.
No.
That's funny. Oh, that's funny.
Well, Darren, when Viva comes to Canada, do that. Buy some rice-a-roni. Here, try this. It'll drive her crazy.
Okay. All right.
Roxanne fell asleep.
No, I didn't. I'm still here.
Okay.
So Darren, are you going over to behave over there, or what? What do you?
Yep.
what's your plan? What?
This time. He had to last time because he got married. And lucky I wasn't able to go, because we would have had a bachelor party with chicks and fire trucks and shotguns and everything. Oh man, we'd had a ball.
You don't do that at a bachelor party.
Yeah, no, you're trying to get Darren killed as soon as he got married.
Well, Darren, haven't you just been over there once, or this your second time?
3 times.
Oh, you went again? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When did you go last time?
January.
Last
Yeah,
year?
the first. He went over there to sample it the first time. Second time he went over there, he married her. And now the third time he's going over there is hopefully he gets to bring her home, because they've been married over a year now. And it's like, can I bring my wife home? That's what I tell the consulate over there. Can I take my wife home finally?
Now the third time's the honeymoon.
Yeah, I'd be like, I really would like to bring her home so I can buff the wood on a regular basis.
Well, I tell you, it's easier to sneak in a kilo or something than sneaking in a Filipina into Canada. So.
Hey, they're small enough, man. My suitcase I got here, this is the same suitcase I had when I went over the Philippines twice. You can fit one in here, but nothing else. It's got wheels on it too. You just push it.
Yeah, but it's easier to make a fake contract to bring her over here as a worker than to bring her over as being married. It's so stupid. It's just crazy. Like in the US, you can bring her like a fiance and all that kind of stuff. And it's easier to get a tourist visa. Canada, it's stupid.
And the plus side for me is I just pull the reservation card, and they're like, okay, because a lot of people do not realize, especially when I cut my hair now.
Mm-hmm.
You'd see it when I had my long hair at the time, but now I was like,
Yeah, but if
how are you native?
I don't know about Darren, but some of them you got to show 500 photos. You got to show, all this stuff on your phone and everything that the relationship is legit and everything. It's like,
yeah, but it's easier in Canada than the States.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's easier to bring them here to work in Tim Hortons than it is to marry them. So
Now, Cliff, you've been married for 8 years. Did you have an issue?
It took us about a year to get her over. Actually, a year and a month. She will not let me forget that. She said it was a turtle process. 1 year, 1 month.
yeah, but she's small, Cliff. You can send her over piece by piece, right? So.
I don't like what I'm reading in the news though. Everyone seems to forget like Trump's dropped off the illegal part and it's immigrants. Immigrants means my wife too. She came over legally.
Yeah.
But when you drop off the illegal, it starts to worry me a little bit.
Yeah, well, she's not illegal.
No, she's not, but he's saying immigrants. Everything I've read is just immigrants. It's not illegal immigrants, it's immigrants.
Yeah, but
I thought it was illegal before too. Yeah, I want people to do the same thing I do. Do the process.
yeah,
but you
Trump
can't tell people that go through that process, oh, you're not a citizen now because we decided to change the rules. That's not going to work.
Trump has ADD. You wait for a week, you'll be picking on
Yes, ADD.
whatever. It's just like now he's picking on where's that passageway that down south where the boats
Panama Canal.
Yeah,
Yep.
now he's picking on that shit. It's just like
Yeah.
like he doesn't pick on one thing. It's just like all over the map.
Now, you see, my cousin Billy, that's been married to a Filipina Rhea for 20 years, their house got destroyed in Orlando because of the last hurricane that went through. Mm-hmm. So they decided they'll just collect the insurance money, sell the land, and they're permanently living in Kazan because he can't drive a truck anymore for Stevens.
Okay.
And so he's permanently over in Kazan. But he did a video, and his wife was filming it. He's holding on to the flagpole in the front yard, and he was acting like Bill Murray from the movie Caddyshack, talking to the judge saying, I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for a while. My cousin did the same thing, and as soon as he said that, the whole roof of the house came off like that. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, the wife wasn't happy about that. Him joking around.
Everybody's worried up here that Trump's going to make Canada the 51st state and stuff. It's just like, so
Yeah, he wants to buy Greenland, and now we got the Panama Canal. He's going to buy Canada.
That's right.
No, he wants to seize Greenland from Denmark. It's like, you really want to start a war, don't you? It's like, you're president. You just don't get to do shit like this. Things got to get voted on. You got to take it before Congress.
I just want him to focus and just do something good. I don't wish. I don't think that a Democrat would have done any better, but just do something to help the people. That's all I want. Just stop with the BS. You're going to be a gazillionaire. That's all you guys want. Just help people.
Yeah, that's right.
Cliff, I got to vote early, and they had the booth open a few days beforehand because I was home, and I got to vote early. In Ohio, you go to the your district. It should be down the street from your house. When you get there, they got this big ledger that's printed out on the old 80s printer type thing with the green and white lines on it. They got a big ledger, a couple of them. And then you give your name and you pull out your CDL, your driver's license, and show it to them. And then they look up your name because only registered voters are on there. And only a registered voter is going to be able to go in and cast a ballot. They don't give out ballots anymore. They're like, go to booth 22 because there was 1 through 25, right? So I went in there, and I already know I was going to try to vote for Jill Stein, but they took her off the ballot. So when I got to that part, after all the judges and shit, there was Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. And I'm looking at it. And, it's about as quiet as we are right now in the entire election facility. All of a sudden, if you were standing out there by the old ladies with the ledgers, all of a sudden you heard, ah! One dude for three booths down from me died laughing. I could hear him laughing. And I did it again. He joined in with me. And I cast my vote, and I walked out. And here's that old lady. What's going on in here? And the other guy came out of his booth. He's laughing, right? And he goes, I had never thought of that until you did that. Now, here's what's going to confuse everybody. And now I'll not confuse everybody. Let me explain to you. Back in the 80s, there was a WWF wrestler named the Ugandan headhunter giant Kamala. Spelled the same way, just pronounced differently. And that was his music as he came out to the ring. Another weird thing about this, his original gimmick was Sugar Bear, but that was way before I was born. He's from Jackson, Mississippi, and his real name is James Harris. Are they related? I don't know. But that was hilarious. I was letting it be known who I was voting for. Because I wanted to vote for Jill Stein. Because before I voted Jill Stein
I think
2 elections.
Those got lucky that the Democrats didn't put somebody else up.
And then the last 2 elections before this one, I voted Jill Stein. And then before that, I voted for... oh shit! I just had a brain fart.
We need more than 2 choices.
Oh yes, definitely. But that's why Bernie Sanders didn't rock the boat, and he knew that the nomination was stolen from him, and he didn't want to end up like the same guy that I had voted for, so he didn't rock the boat. Oh, what was his name? Now I just had a brain fart.
America's not ready for a female president, and they definitely weren't ready for a woman of color. Not at all. So, the people that say what they want, but
Bernie ran. I think we were.
Well, I'd take Kamala Harris over Hillary, though.
Yeah. Well, Hillary did too much dirty stuff. I mean, she made it too easy. He didn't have to dig up any dirt on her. She just made it too easy.
I think the only female that like a black whatever in the U.S. is Obama's wife. That's gonna get in.
Ralph Nader. From 2008 and from 2008 on, I voted Ralph Nader every time. And then the last 2 was Jill Stein. I wanted to vote for Jesse Ventura. They love Jesse in Minnesota. Not one person had anything bad to say about Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
That's all I know is Trump with his ADD. I think he still wants J-Lo and Ben Affleck to get back together. So.
Damn.
I'm not a fool. Anyone who's president, I want them to do good, because to wish against them is to wish against your country, and I don't want that. I just want them to help people. Fix this health care. That would be wonderful.
Guy, but all the others,
fix the problems we have.
Yeah, if they're not talking about restoring the New Deal of 1933, they're just pissing in the wind. I don't blame Trump for every way things are going. He's just a symptom. They're all guilty of this.
Yep.
They've been rolling back the New Deal drip by drip since FDR passed away in 45.
Well, one
And that's what
politician's like
created the middle
Sam
class in
Alieva,
this
so
country.
they're
Yeah.
just gonna say what they want to say until they get in and they change their mind after, right? So
Well, that's my thing. I was going to run for something in Indiana, and I had a bunch of businessmen in my area backing me. But then my sister said, "Don't do it. You make too much sense. They're going to assassinate you."
Hmm.
And I said, "Yeah. I mean, the platform is real simple. We've got all this homelessness. We've got all this hungry, and we're supposed to be the richest country. Easy fix. Stop giving
Well,
money to people that are already millionaires and billionaires.
I
That's
almost
the
ran.
easy fix."
I almost ran for mayor in my town, but what stopped me was when I was filling the paperwork out. They slipped one page in there, and I'm going to look at it. It was one page they slipped in there, and it was for me to sign a pledge to Israel. And I'm like, that's a foreign country. I'm not pledging anything. I'm pledging to my constituents in my town.
Right.
And they said, well, if you don't sign that, you don't get any election funding. They do that across the board. A lot. The higher up you are, like senator or the president, oh yeah, they get big ass checks to sign that. That's why they're allowing the genocide to continue, and they can't do anything about it because they signed that pledge. I'd have been like, screw you. We're breaking international law.
Oh wow, really?
And then when you say that,
and
you're
honestly, Sean, I think you'll back me up on this. It should be an easy fix, right? You have people that have issues. You take the largest amount of issues and you work on those. Every state has a huge number of issues, but they take all those issues, throw them aside, and then whatever their donors want pushed, that's what they push. And people who are not informed, they think they're helping themselves, but they're not. They're taking the lesser of two evils. And I want to, I might become more active. If I'm there long enough, I might become more active and go down to Indianapolis and say, hey, listen, guys, get off your asses and start to do something. I've got clients right now that cannot get treatment because the insurance companies.
Yeah, we need to go to universal health care.
Do you guys know what agoraphobia is?
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
It's the agoraphobia. It's the fear of social settings. Mostly those people don't leave their houses. Okay. I've got an insurance company that will not allow me to do individual therapy for one of my clients who has agoraphobia. They want her in a group. That's going directly against what her issue is.
yeah, we all have that.
That's like throwing someone who can't swim into the ocean and wondering why they're drowning.
Yeah, phobias are real because, believe it or not, and I admit this, I got it under control. I don't really have that problem anymore. It was bad when I was little. I had what they call batophobia. It has nothing to do with bats.
Right.
But what it is I had a hard time walking in downtown Chicago because of the being near tall buildings was a big problem for me. I had to hold my mom's hand or hold on to somebody because what it is they call it batophobia because you feel like you're going to fall because you're hanging from the ceiling like a bat, and the buildings are like stalactites, from the ceiling. That's why they call it batophobia. I feel like I'm going to fall. But I'm fine now. I can walk in the downtown city, but it was a problem when I was a kid, big time.
So it's like a version of tall buildings, like skyscrapers.
Yeah, it's a fear of being around them, a group of them, like in a large city like Chicago. They call it
Same thing
batophobia.
with fear of small places, fear of clowns. All those things are real. But I just, for me, our politicians should do more to actually help the people that are in trouble, and that would be my biggest thing. If I went down there, I'd want some answers on why the insurance companies still dictate what I had to go to school for and get licensed to say what people can't, should and shouldn't do. Where they're just looking at numbers and saying, "Hey, it doesn't work for us. We don't make money, so let's cut it loose." I'm concerned with the people being okay because these people are taking their lives because they don't get the right help.
That's why my main focus is actually the core of all the issues. And me, I'd focus on economic system and change.
Yeah.
I'm talking like my professor now.
Like Cliff, you went to school to be trained to be a psychologist and stuff like that, and you get pushed to the side because they're like, "Oh, that doesn't match our numbers, so we can't help you or your client," right? So
Exactly.
But I've talked to a group of people in my town, and they're very interested in what I had to say. And they were like, "I never took you as be such an intellectual." I said, "No, I'm just a dumb truck driver." He goes, "You're using that as a ruse." I'm like, "Yeah. Now you know." It's just I only speak when I arrange something like this because I'm trying to get everybody on the same page. Because this is nothing new, and it's already going on. It's been going on in Green Bay, Wisconsin, in northern Wisconsin, and it spread to Minnesota years ago, and it recently just spread to western Iowa, and those people are not looking back at all. I was impressed by these farm towns in western Iowa. It's like I was here a year ago, and this place has built itself up to be a town like in Mayberry. Actual white picket fences that are not run down, houses are not boarded up, and you don't have people hooked on fentanyl on the corner. No, you didn't have any of that.
Yeah.
Because we're hanging on to a dead economic system, and Darren knows this because I preach about it. Every economic system in history, slavery, feudalism, primitive tribalism, are born, evolve over time, and die. Capitalism, no exception. Born 17th century England, evolved over time, and you can look around the United States and most of the West and say it's dying or it's dead. There is no growth here. Because the human rights can do better.
The other thing that I'm frustrated with is how our politicians, I mean, if I explain to you guys how long it took me to get fully licensed, I had to go through 7 years of school, okay? On top of that, I had to go through over 3,000 of face-to-face hours with clients. That means under somebody else's license, I had to be watched to make sure that I didn't hurt anyone, okay? After that, I had to take another exam. So I had to take 2 exams, pay all this money, go to school for 7 years after high school, get my master's degree to make sure I didn't hurt anyone. But politicians do not have to.
You got a master's. That's impressive. I didn't know that. You're hiding just like I do.
I graduated with honors. Yeah, I've got a brain. It's in there somewhere. I just
but
don't
a lot
like
of
to
us
let it
try
out.
to hide it.
But when I try to talk to these folks, I try to explain to them, I'm in the helping profession because I want to see people do okay. But it's for a selfish reason. If we have a bunch of mentally ill people running around and my family is in that community, my family's at risk. So I want to do whatever I can to help them get to where they need to be so that they're okay. Politicians don't care. They look at what can they put in their pocket. How much money do you need? Like, you can't take it with you. So my thing is take any resource, pour it back into the community. What you're going to do when you have people that are mentally healthy is you're going to have less people going to jail. You're going to have less people causing issues. You're going to have more people for the workforce. I mean, there's no downside to mentally healthy people. So, and I'm off my soapbox.
No. I enjoy it. It's good information.
Cliff.
What's that, Josh?
You know about me.
Yeah, I do.
But mine was caused through an accident.
Yeah. But you still come a long way, you know, surviving what you survived and then to move on and thrive the way you are. I told you, I'm impressed by you, Josh.
And Josh, it's like this. Just because what happened to you, you know, the economic system wants to jettison you. It's like, no, we don't abandon people that something had happened to them and make them where they are unable to do certain things. You don't jettison them, but that's what our economic system does.
I don't know those big
Yeah.
words. No,
I don't know, Sean. Maybe you and I need to run for president and vice president next go around.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You know what? We can call each other the Dudleys, like Bubba Ray and Devon from WWE.
There you go.
Jeez.
Bubba Ray and Devon. I love those guys. That was my favorite tag team.
Yeah, but I have come a long way, Cliff. You're right.
Isn't the WWE been bankrupt now?
We're proud of you, Josh.
Thank you, Roxanne. Don't make me tear.
That's okay. Josh has some big boy pants now. He's doing good.
But Cliff, I'm glad you're starting to come around again. There was a long time I didn't seen you guys.
Yeah, I was trying to stay away from the toxic environment.
Well, there's a lot of that over here in the West. You just touch something, and you got something on you.
Unfortunately, the toxic came from over here on this side, a YouTuber. So I decided to pack up my YouTube guns and put them away. They're in the closet.
Did you put a lock on them?
No, I've got a lot of stuff going on, so I just didn't have the time to keep up with it.
You grew fat.
No, Josh, there's no lock on it. It's a metaphor for,
You're growing like gangbusters. You had a big following.
But what's interesting is a lot of the people I followed on YouTube were all on the same island, Oriental Negros. Sunshine Shoulders, Sammy, Paul Old Dog Nutrix. Thanks to Sammy, I got to talk to him. Paul Old Dog is really cool. But on that island there, Oriental Negros, there's a lot of famous YouTubers there. And Geode's another one. Like I said, it's like a lot of the Westerners go for the Visayan women.
That's right. Where's Filipina P from? She's famous.
She's Visayan too,
Oh,
but I don't know exactly. But whoever's her boyfriend's a
yeah, she
lucky
was over in the
bastard.
States not too long ago.
Yeah, Filipino. She's over.
She was in the States, and then I think she went to Australia.
She's in Australia now, yeah. But her boyfriend is part of that channel big time. So.
Yeah, but I liked it when she attacked the Western women that were talking crap about the passport bros. She did a brilliant video to fire back at them, them women. It's like they don't have a clue.
Roxanne, you seen Sean
Well, I
Tuber
mean-
lately?
No.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen him in a while either.
His son is he's had leukemia, and they have to live near the hospital now, and near Google and the Children's Hospital, I guess. So he's been busy, but he hates me with a passion. He won't respond.
Who's that?
Sean Tuber.
Oh,
Another YouTuber.
yeah, Sean too.
Yeah.
He called me fat, so I just kind of okay.
He called you fat?
I don't know. He just won't respond. I have no idea why he left.
Oh,
I will tell you, if he's got a kid that's sick, there's nothing like going through that. So, been there, did that. Don't ever want to do it again.
Yeah, there was that. And he lost his bird Sonny that he was really connected to.
yeah. Sometimes you just need a break from all this YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
Ow.
You just need to shut it off. You don't mean to offend anybody, but you just need to shut it off. Shut off the noise. So.
And I would never bring drama to him. I mean, I know others that would, but he accepted anybody except Sean.
Yeah, well. What I said yesterday, you guys remember what we talked about last night?
Underwear in the butt.
Today, somebody messaged me, and there was somebody talking about your live stream last night, how we were talking. Can you believe it? That's what I mean. This is stupid and bullshit. You know.
Somebody talked about my live stream.
Yeah. Making comments that Bruce and Darren are talking and stuff like that, and this and that. And it's like, oh my God, that's what I mean. It's just we can't just
Oh wow.
get along and just talk and bullshit. It goes out in the atmosphere, and people just talk shit. You know. So.
Well, I've learned everyone's going to have a problem at some point, so you might as well just enjoy your life and go on because, you know.
Uh-huh.
You know, like we weren't talking any nonsense. We're just talking about shit and whatever.
Shoot the shit.
Shoot the shit. Yeah.
Cliff says, I don't shoot shit. I just talk.
But it's what I said yesterday. Is just people get butthurt if somebody makes $5 more than them or something or whatever, right? So.
Oh God.
No.
Hold on, guys. My kid's crying. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Go give her one of your big kitties.
All right, Cliff, that's just me.
You're crying in the background, Darren? Oh.
Embarrassing.
Did you walk past the mirror again naked?
Yeah, he did. He did it yesterday, too. Looks at me.
Shocking.
I don't know.
I didn't know that was there.
Shit, I'm married now. It better grow.
Well, as I'm out.
How'd that get there?
You know that stuff that, what is that, Cheetah Pet or Pita Pet or whatever it's called, right? Or Cheetah, you put it in there and it makes it grow. The grass.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
The Chia Pet?
Yeah. Darren needs to sprinkle that on his wiener. It'll grow bigger.
Yeah, but the Chia Pet grows herbs. Those are actual herbs.
He said
that
herbs.
grow on it.
Yeah, herbs.
Why is it green?
We're in Canada. We can have herbs up here.
Herbs and cheese, yeah.
Why is it green?
That's right.
Sean. You said herbs. That's funny.
They say herbs. Did somebody say herbs?
I do it to my wife when she's at Subway. I'm with the herbs and cheese. You mean herbs?
Anyway, that's my problem. If I
want
get
the
into a
cheesy
certain
grape.
area, when I talk, sometimes you don't know what kind of accent's going to come out. Is it going to be the Northwestern end, Minnesota, Canada, here in the South, depending on what state I'm in? Yeah,
we don't have an accent. We don't have an accent up here in Canada. What are you talking about?
Well, we don't have one in where I was born and raised in the Chicago area either. But each southern state, it has southern accent, but they're different. There's slight differences.
Take it easy, Josh.
Because if I'm in the Northeast, I'll say Walmart instead of Walmart.
Walmart? Are you from Boston or what? Walmart? Gonna go to that Walmart and have some of that clam chowder?
Well, actually, when you say the A part of every word, that's the New York accent. The Boston accent don't, because they say Boston.
Everything. I'm Canadian, so.
Yeah, but the people from the New England area, they say Boston. New Yorkers say Boston.
Me and Darren, we walk in a bar. You want to fuck me, eh? How many pesos are?
Sean, you said South.
South.
Yep.
It tickled me. Sorry, but
I'm from the dirty South.
Yeah, well, I graduated high school from Strom Thurmond High School, the old Senator Strom Thurmond.
I'm from high school.
And
high school.
The South Carolina Southern accent sounds real sloppy.
You want to hear about sloppy?
Look, that's his underwear.
No joke.
Now I'm changing back into my shorts. It's got a little bit hot in here.
So Filipina girl is Kayak? Oh, okay, I'm already.
Oh, everybody's gonna see Wang.
Nope. You would have seen my Scooby Doo boxer shorts.
You don't have a Wang, he has a Wang Chung.
Yeah, all my boxer shorts are the Joe Boxers. They got every superhero you can think of in there, especially the one Iron Fist one. I thought that was a porn.
What?
Iron Fist.
I've never heard of Iron Fist before. I'm like, who the heck is that? Is this a porno? What is that?
Who is that? Yeah.
Jeez. The chick can take a fist, man. I'm going running, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
So is that why you're going to Cebu there, Darren? Your little ladies from Cebu?
Yep.
Oh,
The hottest Filipinas seem to come from Cebu.
ah.
I remember when I was in the Manila airport, everybody at that time, everybody flew into Manila. There was no direct flights anywhere else. You had to go to Manila, then you had to go wherever you're going on a puddle jumper, But I remember when I got off the plane, we're walking through the airport, and you got these people holding up signs, trying to sell excursions or whatever.
Bless you.
There was this young kid. He looked like maybe 10, 12 years old, and he's holding a sign, and he came up to me, City Cebu, City Cebu. He wanted me to, thinking I was going to Cebu City. I'm like, nah, I'm not going there, son. I'm sorry about that. City Cebu, City Cebu. But everybody went after the kid because a lot of people were going to Cebu, but I just wasn't.
Darren,
like,
did you
no.
meet your wife from that, what is that, Cebu, Philippines?
Mike, I can't hear you. Whisper.
You know that thing they take you on an excursion and you meet like 10 Filipinos?
No, definitely not.
I would never do that anyways.
Yeah, that's overwhelming. I seen that on YouTube, and I'm like, that's overwhelming. You can't really get to know any of them. I mean, there's too many.
Plus, it's
just a whirlwind.
$3,500 Canadian for that.
Wow.
Sean.
Like, why am I going to pay $3,500? I can just find a girl when I get off the plane. Damn it.
Yeah.
Sean.
Where in Salisbury are you? Off the big major exit there, or?
I'm at the Love's truck stop, about 12 miles south of it on Interstate 77.
Okay.
I forgot what exit number I'm at.
Call the police. Whoop, whoop.
But I'm only 12 miles from the Walmart DC. Or not Walmart, a Food Line. It's Food Lion, but down here they say Food Line.
What store are you going to? Food Line. It's a major grocery chain here.
Oh, yeah, here in the South.
I'm glad I don't do grocery shit anymore.
Yeah, down here,
More
Food
You're in
Lion.
Ohio, Sean?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I live 5 miles from Richmond, Indiana, but on the Ohio side. It's like 5 miles to the Petro there, right next to Interstate 70, right on the border of Indiana and Ohio. That's why when Bootsy Bonita came to the States, her and her husband drove from Washington all the way to Virginia, and she miraculously did a short video going from Indiana into Ohio on I-70. I said, Boot, you're only 5 miles from my house right there.
And she kept driving?
She's coming back again, though, in June, I believe. But they visited friends in Washington State. They flew there, and then they drove across the country. I was supposed to meet up with her in North Carolina, but the closest I got was Monrovia, Maryland. I'm like, we're in Arlington. I said, there is no truck stops anywhere near Arlington.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I'm going back to the Philippines this time, single and free, so have more fun. Last couple times I went over there and kind of got shocked up to the time I was there. And yeah, been there, done that.
Yeah. Cliff, did
Time
you
to
fall
go play,
asleep?
right, Cliff?
Cliff still there?
I think he's reading.
I think I hear him snoring.
Probably helping his baby.
Yeah, Cliff had to take care of his child. They were crying. He'll be back.
So, Roxanne, you guys got any plans for this Christmas?
No,
Yeah,
nothing big.
Getting my
Can't
next
read.
quote.
What'd you say?
Nothing big, just staying home.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm.
What
hauling
about you?
Christmas. I'm hauling Christmas this year, Mike.
My brothers are all scattered out, and we're not going to do anything big. Just a dinner. Because when you have your family all scattered and people passing away and all that stuff, it gets pretty much lame every year. It's not great anymore. It's just another day.
Unless you got a family like mine that you got one sister that likes to argue about shit that happened 40 years ago and ruins it.
No,
It's like, you're still talking about that, Brenda?
I don't.
Oh my God.
I don't deal with stuff like that, family drama. So. Go see all my grandkids tomorrow, and then doing a family dinner on Christmas Day. Just found out my son's having his first baby with my daughter-in-law. So.
I can't hear Mike at all.
No, you can't hear me. You can't hear me?
My heat's on. It's very loud. I can't hear him.
Oh, I could turn up my mic. You hear me now? Better? You want me to scream?
You said you got your meat on. It's very loud. What?
No, I said heat. Heat.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know how you like your meat, though.
Raw dog?
Let's not try to knock Roxanne off of here, but actually, Roxanne, this is your first time showing up on here. I appreciate it. How long have we known each other, Roxanne? Like 4 years?
Yes, it is. You're welcome. 2018 or 19.
2018? Something like that?
Or 19, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
See-
Cliff. Oh, shoot, I'm sorry.
I met Roxanne in a Uber chat room with Sean Tuber and everybody else. And Roxanne, you remember Sherelle?
Yes, uh-huh.
Yeah, she totally went Satan on everybody and doesn't want any friendships anymore. She lost her sister to monkey scrotum. And so she's just been terrible to everybody and just she wants everybody shot and left alone. And she got really weird after we were with her and twice. And Sean said, "What's MS?" But
I know what that is.
I don't really talk to her anymore. She's been like the devil to me. So Sean says, "Really?"
Cliff, I always wanted to tell you about Buck. He reminds me so much of Cedric the Entertainer. I'll never forget it.
Yeah, there's some similarities there for sure.
So Sean, you've been watching the Police Academy stuff, what, last year, this year, something like that?
Yeah, I bought the box set and ripped it to my external hard drive. I got that movie mixed up with a different one with Bobcat Goldthwait. It wasn't Police Academy. It was a different movie. He ended up in that Godzilla. It might have been that one. He ended up in a Godzilla costume and somebody threw a cigar and it landed in Godzilla's mouth. And it's burning him and he can't get out of the costume. And they built a model of this city and these Chinese were looking at it because they were rebuilding a city. And he ends up trampling through the city like the TV show Godzilla. He's dancing around because that cigar is burning him. It was hilarious. Yeah, I'll never forget what he said. He was the best man at Robin Williams' wedding. You know, like 15 years before Robin Williams died, he got remarried. And Bobcat was the best man at Robin Williams' wedding. And during the speech, Bobcat said, I didn't expect this. He goes, but I told Robin, having me as the best man is like inviting a burn victim to a fireworks show.
No, but I use my Bobcat Goldthwait voice at drive-thrus. And then somebody at Burger King said, "I really like what you did. You should get in voiceover work." I was like, "I don't know you. Thank you, but okay." I mean,
Bobcat's talent was he not only was funny, but where his real talent was, he could switch like that. He can go from a manic depressive, where he was about ready to start crying, to a schizophrenic and nut job. He could just switch like that at the drop of a hat.
he got kicked off the Tonight Show for burning the couch. He set the couch on fire. And Jay didn't like it. He's like, "Jason, kicked me off, because I set the couch on fire." So.
Such a hot ass.
But, I'll never forget that in Burglar, what he said to that bald guy that wouldn't sign for the package. He goes, "Come on, it's a regulation." And then he goes into this spiel about him and his dad. He goes, "Me taking shit from a dildo with ears," because the guy was bald. He called him a dildo with ears. He goes, "I'll break your fucking head up and you sign the goddamn thing." He goes, all right. Because he said his name was Nobby. And I'm like, Nobby? Is that like Star Wars? Yeah, he was real funny in Burglar. That was a good movie. I'll never forget that one.
And Hot to Trot and Scrooged. He was good in those two 80s movies. But no, I was referring to that because one of my friends from that franchise, he just turned 80 in August, so his mind isn't all that great, if you will.
Well, a lot of them are old now, yeah.
Callahan, the big blonde chick.
Uh-huh.
She's in a old folks home now.
Oh, damn. But she was hot in that movie.
With dementia.
But I still like Michael Winslow, and I'd like to see him live again. Because when I seen him live, and he did the Hendrix spiel, the way he was doing it, I was like, I was telling people, do you feel like you were actually watching Hendrix up there? He made it sound just like if we were watching Hendrix. Because I've always wanted to see Jimi Hendrix, but he was dead before I was born. But he sounded like, I feel like Hendrix is actually up there on stage playing, but he's using his mouth.
Yeah, I've seen him maybe 10 times in my life. And his wife used to give me free tickets to go see him and a couple of drinks on them. But that was about it. He was really good, nice guy.
It's a small comedy club that used to be in Dayton called Joker, but it closed down, and now they all go to a place called Funny Bone, which is a little bit bigger venue. But Joker, that was more intimate. You could sit all the way by the back wall, and you can easily see you. You're only like maybe 50 feet away. You're not far at all. I've seen Louis Anderson there, Tim Wilson.
I don't find Tim Wilson funny. Wait, is that Biff?
No. Tim Wilson was not in any movies. He wasn't famous for that. He was famous for writing his own music. He was famous for that song First Baptist Bar and Grill, Your Brother-in-Law, Trailer Park Woman. I like the George song. George is on my mind, instead of Georgia. It's Georgia's on my mind. That one's hilarious. He's from Columbus, Georgia. He passed away like 5-6 years ago. And he always had this. He goes, "Don't you all have a family member that lie like a dog?" I'm not talking about once. I'm talking about all the time. You wouldn't believe that you were related unless you saw the paperwork on it. We had one of those called Uncle Benford Smith Wilson. We called him Uncle BS.
Uncle BS. But if you're still there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. I thought maybe I heard you snoring earlier.
Yeah, years ago in the '90s, when you looked at Tim Wilson, the voice did not match the face. It's a lot like that singer that sang that song. I'm going to give you up and I'm going to let you down. I'm going to run around and hurt you and all that other stuff. He looked like a 15-year-old kid, but he had a deep voice. The voice didn't match the face. Tim Wilson was like that. He sounded like a middle-aged 60-year-old man, but here he is, in his early 30s, nice combed hair, clean face.
Are you talking about Rick Astley?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rick Astley.
That's the one.
Never gonna give it up.
Yeah, and another singer that was like that was from the Tubes. The voice didn't match the face at all because he looked like a little kid, sounding like an older man.
Anybody doing a live tomorrow, Darren? You doing one before Christmas?
I'm trying to talk Darren into it.
We'll see.
You'll see.
Yeah, Josh going to do one every day this week.
Oh yeah.
I've done 4-hour live stream yesterday and today.
That's how Josh gets up to 20-some K.
Yeah, Tammy Trott saw me all the way from Tampa, Florida, until I parked this time last night, just barely into Georgia there on I-95. And when I started the live stream, she was there again until I drove here to North Carolina.
She's stalking.
Now, Darren and Sammy and Sheer Pencil Artist, I've taken them to every state in the lower 48 except for North and South Dakota. However, Sheer got to see South Dakota when I went through there about 3 months ago. That was on a video call, not a live stream. Because it's gotten to the point where Sammy goes, "I know where you are," because she's seen these highways over and over again. She goes, "I know where you are. I remember seeing that."
Oh well.
Because Cher called me and I said, "Cher, look at that over there to the right. Remember when you hear me talk about the book Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee? Well, that was right there." She goes, "Oh, okay." And I said, 2 years later, after that incident at Wounded Knee, that's where the 7th Cavalry got wiped out at Little Bighorn, thanks to Crazy Horse and Sitting Bull.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee is very sad, especially the United States Army, what they did then, because Custer was a genocidal bastard, to tell you the truth. They're killing unarmed women and children of the tribe. It was ridiculous.
Hey Darren, are you going right from Manila to Cebu right away or what?
I'll go direct.
Oh, you're going direct to Cebu. Okay.
Yeah, you can fly direct now to Cebu or Davos City.
Yeah, you can fly into Clark too. So.
Well, since we opened up Clark Air Force Base.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you can.
And I'm like, they need to keep those soldiers under control. No, they do, because before we closed down Subic Bay, years ago because my cousin was in the Navy and helped close that base. That's how he met his wife. There was a Marine that murdered a ladyboy.
Oh.
I remember that.
And got off scot-free. They brought him back home. Yeah, they dishonorably discharged. He was in the stockade, but I'm like, no. You need to send him back to the Philippines to answer to the piper of the crime he committed. To me, that's embarrassing. That's why I say no NCO should be allowed off base at all because of the behavior of the past.
But you can't let one person ruin it for everybody.
Yeah, well, there was a lot more incidences than that, Darren. That's just the one that made the news.
Yeah.
A lot of women, that's how they make their money.
Yeah, that's why I was picking on Sammy. I said, so Sammy, don't mess with the Marines. And she's like, screw you, Sean. I pick on her all the time.
The guy got probably jealous because the ladyboy had a bigger package than him. So
Probably.
Probably it.
That's the way our military is and our government. They got bigger dicks than we do. Bomb them. That comes from George Carlin there.
that's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down to the VA in Indianapolis when I get back. I'm gonna try and get certified for them so I can do assessments for them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's big money.
Because we got to stop it. I mean, for the past 10 years, there's been 22 suicides a day from our veterans. That's awful.
That is. Korea is supposed to have the biggest suicide rates for a population. But Japan, I think, is high as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but being around that many pretty ladies that are stuck up, I'd want to kill myself too.
Yeah,
That
but they
was
say
my
a lot of that
question.
is because they work too much, right? So that's what they
Well,
say.
when I was in Japan, a lot of the women kind of like they turn their selves off is what it is. They turn their feelings off. Like they're not allowed to fall in love. They're not allowed to express it, and it's like, what the hell's the matter? I wonder how is your population able to continue if everybody acts this way? You know.
Well, they get
Yeah.
turned off because you can buy panties in the vending machines. That's why.
Because man, I would lay it down doing karaoke in front of the ladies, and I wouldn't get a reaction from the majority of them. I'm like, you know, especially this one for 4 years, I've been throwing the kitchen sink at, and it's just like I'm not getting nowhere. Darren knows what I'm talking about, and I'm like, I've done over 300 songs that women usually like, ooh.
Yeah, but how do you expect a girl to like you if you're throwing
A
the
Filipina?
kitchen sink at her?
Yeah. Yes. I even look at this. I even did Rick James. Make love to me, woman.
Oh my
woman.
goodness.
Do it nice and slow. Emotion said, "Man, you sound like Rick James." I'm like, "Yeah, I can do Rick James."
It does.
You look at him today at his album cover, everybody would think he's trans, and I'm like, "No, he was the man back in the day." But you look at him today, it's like he looks like he's trans, you know. But Rick James was the man back in the day.
Yeah, but look how big you are, and a little Japanese girl's like, Godzilla, Godzilla.
Exactly. I did. I wore a Godzilla T-shirt too. People were pointing and laughing at me. Yeah, the Barry's brother's wife, her parents were elderly, and they spoke English, but they didn't let you know it. A lot of times, people will not let you know that they speak English because they want to see what kind of person you are if you're going to talk about them. And my nickname over there was actually, without the accent, is Klutz, which means clumsy. But when he said it, he'd go, Klutz! Klutz!
Well, that's what you do in the Philippines. You don't let people know know how much Tagalog you know or Bisayan
Well,
or
I,
something,
I
right? So
bump my head on door hinges. I sit down at a table and chair that was you served tea on, and the chair collapsed. It wasn't built for a big man like me over there. I had to duck into doorways.
Yeah, I don't sit on those old plastic seats.
no.
If I can't find some concrete somewhere, I just don't sit down.
A bamboo chair would work.
Yeah, but
But
there's a few of those around.
but when we went to the temple, I knew exactly what to do. And he's looking at me. The eyes are real big. He's looking at me, watching me. Spreading the water out and then putting the ladle down and everything. And
See,
he
but
got his brother-in-law. How does he know how to do that? He goes,
see,
because
but Darren Cliff loves Rue too much. He doesn't want to bend over and get Rue to pull something out of his ass or something. Piece of bamboo.
What's that?
I said you love Rue too much. You don't want to bend over and she has to pull a piece of bamboo out of your ass, right? So,
Yeah, no, I'm not looking for that.
a splinter.
yeah.
Yeah, I know how to go to a temple and put the money in there. You clap twice and you pray, and you ring the bell and you walk in and you go over to the fountain. And he's like, he knows that by accident. He couldn't believe I knew how to do all that. I said, I can even do the tea ceremony. And Asagi, she said, you've been watching too much Shogun. Now, that new version of Shogun that came out a few months ago, that is excellent. I recommend that to everybody.
Isn't there a bar in Angeles you can clap twice and ring the bell and something comes towards you?
I actually go to
there.
And when I go to an Asian country, I actually go to the temples and I dig into the culture. I don't go to, like one guy was saying, I'm going to Thailand. I said, yeah, you're not going to see the temples. You're going to Pattaya. Yeah, how'd you know? Because that's where all the bar girls are. And when he just left there, he's in Angeles City now. I said, oh, making your rounds, huh? It's obvious what you're going to Angeles City for.
There's a beautiful temple in Bangkok. I can't remember where. It has a huge gold Buddha. I've got pictures, even though you're not supposed to take pictures. But I did a whole tour, and I've got a picture of this huge golden Buddha. It's probably 20, 25 feet tall.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember me and Barry left Japan for the Philippines, and our flight got diverted because of a typhoon, so we had to land in Bangkok. For 3 hours, we were there. I hung around the mall by the airport. The entire time I was there, I had that damn Murray Head song in my head. One Night in Bangkok Makes a Hard Man Humble. That was rolling through my head the entire time we were there. I hated it.
So Darren, you never went to like P. Burgos or Angeles when you're in the Philippines?
No.
No?
No.
You have to go just experience it though.
No.
I like it. I liked Makati in Manila. I went to the parks there. They had their national hero as a statue. I thought that was kind of cool. I can never remember the name though. It's right across the street, down a little bit from the Manila Hotel. But my favorite place to stay.
Doesn't mean you go to those areas you're picking up a girl or whatever. That's the night
No.
life, right? So
Yeah, I just was wandering around. My favorite hotel was the Peninsula in Makati.
oh
Yeah, I mostly just stay in condos when I go to Manila.
yeah.
It's just easier that
I
way.
roam around and meet them.
Airbnb? Either Airbnb or you know somebody.
And if I go to Kazan, I can stay at my cousin's house.
Yeah, but
He's got
Airbnb, you have to be, if you're more situated for a week or two, but you're just
they got
here for a couple, 3 days, this hotel and go, right?
Yeah, he's got their house in Kazan was better than the one in Orlando. It had 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2-car garage. Right there in Kazan, because they own a jeepney business there.
I
too.
usually go for a week.
A week?
If I go to Manila, I go for a week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
I don't
easier
know.
to
I
do.
just figure hotels.
Bring my own food. My wife cooks and all that. So
Yeah, see, that's different. Like for me, if I'm by myself and stuff like that, I'm always out. I'm never in the rooms, right? So I'm just at the room at night and sleeping and shower, and I'm gone again, right? So
yeah, if you're a single guy, hotel's definitely the way to go. But we have a can't beat the condo, especially when they have a pool and stuff like that.
yeah, for sure, yeah. And then you
But I'll
always
book
gotta.
my tickets tonight.
Oh, did you? Plus, you always got a
I
nice
will.
maid
I'll
knocking
book
on your
them
door.
tonight. Probably be the the 16th or the 17th. We'll get to Manila.
Okay.
Oh wow, the crocodile
We fly out the 21st.
that was in the movie Crocodile Dundee died. The crocodile was 90 years old. That's old.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think the first movie was like in '88.
86.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
I just
Fun.
was just reading about it.
All right, get lined up for some new alligator boots.
So, Sean, Roxton's asking, have you ever been to Japan?
Yeah. Spent 3 days there, 3.5 days in Japan, visiting Barry's brother, and they lived in England. He married a Japanese woman, and when he retired, they moved over to Japan, and they were taking care of her elderly parents.
Wow.
I'll never forget it. When I first entered the house, I knew to take my shoes off. We did that, but they didn't have slippers that would fit size 15. You are not going to find clothes or shoes for a guy my size in Asian countries. Well, anyway, cotton socks and a hardwood floor is like walking on ice. I made it halfway and I was doing the splits, and luckily I was a goalie in hockey. I'm still limber, by the way, and I hit the floor. Boom. There's nothing funnier than the elderly Japanese couple running out of their bedroom and looking at me sitting on the floor with their eyes real big. And his brother spoke Japanese, and he translated it. He's laughing. He goes, "They thought it was an earthquake." That's where it all started. Where I was, getting hit in the head. Shit breaking around me. A Japanese woman that was attracted to me, she stuck her finger under my nose and moved it around, and I'm looking, and then I look over to my right, and there she is, and she's smiling. I'm smiling back at her, and Barry grabs his chopsticks and grabs the bottom of my nose right here, and he pulls it to me. He goes, "They're trying to talk to you." I'm like, "Yeah, I know it, but her." He took his chopsticks and grabbed my nose, and I was like, "What are you doing?" That's how I ended up with the name Klotz.
You say trots?
Klotz. And for
Oh.
klutz, I'm adding the accent the way he says it. Klotz. Means I'm clumsy. Klutz.
That must be the South way of saying it, huh? The South?
About English.
Mm.
Barry's more English.
English.
But when we were leaving, he came up and shook my hand and in clear English said, "Me and my wife have not laughed so much in the past 3 days than we have in the past 10 years. He goes, "It's been a pleasure." I said, "I enjoyed it. I hope I can come back one day." But see, there was an incident on our second day there. We got on the train and we went to Osaka, Japan. And Darren was like, "We're going to go see wrestling." I'm like, "Oh, right, man. I've never seen that. I thought we were going to go see these sumo wrestlers, these 400 or 500 pound guys, and you look at them and you said, "Oh, you've let yourself go. You know, these guys are huge. But no, we went and seen Yoshi and JWP and Stardom. There was a 3-way thing going, and they were all women coming out. I'm like, oh wow, you know, they look like 12, 13-year-old girls, you know, but Japanese women do look fragile to me, but they were beating the snot out of each other there. We had front row seats. We're like 3 feet from the ring. And I seen this one. I standing up, you know, and I'm seeing them come out. And this one came out, and she came around, and she stopped and looked right up at me. And I saw the sparkles coming out of her eyes and that smile, man. She had a devil's grin. And I felt like I got shot by a dozen samurai cupids, you know. It was a very overwhelming feeling. She goes walking around, and Barry puts his hand on my back because he's still sitting down. He goes, "You all right, mate?" And I'm like, "Barry, who was that?" He goes, "I don't know." I'm like, "You brought me here." And while she was in the ring and everything wrestling, the girl was laying in the ring. She fell out of the ring, and she got back up. And when she was getting back up, she looked over at me, and I went like this. I did that 3 times to her. She looked right at me and smiled, and she slipped. It must have been a miscue or something. She slipped, grabbed the top rope down. The girl was going to come out and do a side swipe kick through the ropes, but she ended up going over the top rope, coming at me, and I caught her in midair. She's laughing, and everybody's cheering me on, you know, thousands of people. And she goes, "You can put me down now." I'm like, "Oh, you speak English." So I set her down. I thought I was going to be in an incident like the movie Stripes, where John Candy was with those female mud wrestlers, and he was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you." And she's crying, and she slugs him in the stomach. I thought she was going to do that to me, but she didn't. I set her down, and she immediately gets back into character, and she pushes me, and I put my hands up like this, you know, and she's pushing me and saying something in Japanese. She's really angry. But when it was over, they all came down. They thought I was a wrestler. I had the long hair. I'm a big guy. And she spoke English, and she goes, "Thanks for catching me." I said, "I could tell that was a miscue, and you were going to get hurt if I had allowed you to land, so I caught you in midair." But the woman that I got attracted to and did that to, 2 or 3 months after that, when I went and seen her in Osaka, she ended up signing with the WWE, and she's now known as Asuka. I knew her as Kana.
She knows you as Klutz.
And WWE's got an event March 1st in Toronto, and Darren's a journalist, and I'm like, "Darren, you got to interview her." I'm going to try to make it up there for that. I'll be your cameraman.
You should have just carried her out of the arena. Woman.
Well, she came down to talk to me because that means in Japan, "Would you like to go for a drink?" Because you're holding the saucer, sake. "Would you like to go for a drink?" That's what that means.
I thought you were saying you're only that big.
Okay, here we go.
But I still want that drink,
All
though.
right, then let's hit it.
I still want that drink.
Don't be scared of me. I'm only this big.
Because if Darren does this and I show up and go with Darren and he gets an interview with her, when I look right at her, I'm going to do it again. I'm like, "Remember me?"
It's like Darren.
A guy like me in Japan, a guy like me in Japan, you really wouldn't notice or remember. And this was over 10 years ago.
And you're 2 feet taller than everybody over there, right?
Yeah, I could be at a rock concert. There'd be like 10,000 people. Where's Sean at? Oh, he's right over there. I'm like Andre the Giant to them.
People behind you would be pissed because they can't see.
Okay, Josh, I got to bounce. I got a bunch of stuff to do tomorrow.
That's fine. I appreciate it.
Christmas Eve and stuff. So.
Good night, brother.
Good seeing you again, Mike.
Later.
Sean, Darren, Cliff,
Have a good Christmas if I don't see you.
take it easy, guys. So,
All right.
Bye-bye.
But that's the best way to describe it when I'm over there in Japan or the Philippines. I'm like Andre the Giant to everybody. It sucks.
Yeah. Andre the Giant, what was he, 7 feet?
7'4".
Yeah. Big hands. He was huge. Like he on an interview on YouTube, Sean, he was holding up a can of soda like this.
in his palm.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know he had a can of beer in his hand because it was smaller than the palm of his hand. And people think, you look at that photo and it's like, it doesn't look like it's real, does it? But it is.
Yeah.
But John, what Andre the Giant was able to do, his alcohol exploits were nobody would ever be able to pack away the alcohol like Andre could, because that would kill anybody. That's alcohol poisoning as much as he drank.
Mm.
That's what Vince McMahon said. He goes, when they asked him about, because they were going to do his back surgery, how much alcohol does he consume? I'm like, you don't understand. He drinks a lot. I mean, it would be alcohol poisoning to us. You know, before he wrestles in a match, he's already polished off 2 bottles of vodka and a bottle of wine.
Roxanne, no. Andre the Giant passed away in the 90s. Didn't he?
Yeah, he passed away back in the 90s. They cremated him and spread his ashes all over his ranch here in North Carolina. I got to look back at the Google Maps, but it was here in North Carolina. He loved North Carolina. He had a ranch here, and they spread his ashes all over the ranch.
It probably covered all the ranch.
Yeah, even though he was originally from the French Alps, you know, in France.
No, he died of a heart attack or something, didn't he?
Yeah, the day after his father died, he went to France and died over there in the motel room. But I like that when he was one of the last wrestlers he would hang out with, they would always have somebody with Andre to keep an eye on him, was Animal from Legion of Doom. And he was drunk and he couldn't get in the elevator, so he's going to take the stairs. He made it about 4 stairs, and he said there was no catching Andre. You had to let him fall. He hit the floor. He's totally out, drunk, in the lobby of this hotel. So nobody could pick him up. So what they did is they took those fancy ropes that you'd see at a theater and put it around Andre like he was some sort of exhibit. And I said, Andre, man, he would come around and if he didn't like you, he'd fart on you. And it's like, what are you going to do? You got a 500-pound ass in your face. What are you going to do? You ain't going to move it.
I bet you his farts were bad.
Oh, man, Jake the Snake Roberts touched up upon that. He goes, when he does the ass drop in the corner, and you know, he did it to Jake the Snake, and he said, I felt my shoulder vibrating, and Andre gets up and he's laughing. I farted. And Jake the Snake says, yeah, I ended up with a wine stain on my shoulder. Yeah, him and Jake the Snake were close too.
I actually got to meet Jake the Snake. I didn't meet him, shake his hand. I got to see him. There's like a Comic-Con thing they do in Winston-Salem here, and it was for wrestlers only. Women and men's.
Uh-huh.
And just recently I went to one back in November, and Dennis Rodman's a wrestler now.
Well, Rodman did that event with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
He called him Rodzilla. It was ridiculous.
Shaq's done wrestling. Trump's done wrestling. Yeah. Martin Lawrence, I think, went on stage before. Somebody did. Will Smith? I'm not sure.
But I'll never forget about the stories, hearing it from the wrestlers themselves about Andre and his drinking habits. When Jake the Snake was a referee, he wasn't a wrestler yet. Jake the Snake was a referee, and he said, "We're going to give you a van, and you need to look after Andre. Take him to the next show in the van, and it's an 80-mile trip." So they put a bean bag in this cargo van. They put a big bean bag chair in the back, and that's on what Andre sat on. And he goes, "You need to go to the store." And he goes, He was like, "Beer." And Jake the Snake, "I might get a drink myself." And Andre was like, 2 cases. Like that. And he goes, Andre, it's only 80-mile trip. I figured he needed some for his room. He got a 6-pack, and he goes, after 2 beers, he goes, I don't buy beer. I rent it for a while, is what Jake the Snake said. He goes, after 2 beers, I got to get out and piss. But the entire trip, I was constantly hearing cans going pop, 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 and he's like, he's got to be screwing with me, Andre. And then when they finally pulled up in the hotel where they're going to be performing the next night, he goes, Andre, do you need help carry up some of that beer? He goes, finished. He polished off 2 cases of beer in a little over an hour. It was an 85-mile trip. And he goes, Jake the Snake was like, he drank 2 cases of beer and didn't have to go out and piss. How do you do that? He goes, when he went up to his room, he walked normal. He wasn't drunk. He goes, I went in the back of the van to clean up the cans and everything. I was putting my hands in the carpet, make sure I wasn't putting my hand in piss. But he didn't have to get out one time and take a piss.
Wow.
He's like, how do you do that? And Jake goes, I felt so inadequate. I have 2 beers. I got to get out and take a very nasty piss, a lot, But Andre, he said he didn't have to take out piss once. He polished off 2 cases of beer like that.
Cliff says, I can't even drink one.
Yeah, but what Andre can consume would be alcohol poisoning to all of us. It would kill us. But before every match, he'd polish off a couple of bottles of vodka and a bottle of wine while he's playing cribbage with a couple of the boys. He's like, okay, what do you need done, my boss?
Cribbage is when you smack balls together in holes.
No, I can never figure out how to play that game. Old folks usually play it. You got this cribbage board with the pegs in it, and you got, cards. I don't know how to play the damn thing. I could never figure it out.
Well, I don't play cards. I don't play with a full deck. Sean says, well, let's talk about that. Cliff, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Don't fall asleep on us.
Yeah, the only wrestler that I got close to, and he always remembers me, and I've been over to his house, a barbecue. He's also a friend of Matt Light, which I ended up becoming friends with Matt Light too. And I thought it was great. Al Snow, because he lived in Lima, Ohio. He lived 30 miles from me. I kept bumping into him, and with my daughter, when my oldest daughter was still in a baby buggy. I used to go. One of my favorite places to shop is the same as him. Is Trader's World down there between Dayton and Cincinnati. It's in what they call Mason, Ohio, and it's a big flea market, and it's a permanent flea market. Anyway, they got everything you would ever want, and for a couple of months, I kept bumping into him every time. He's like, "How you doing, Sean?" I'm like, "How you doing, Al?" When he invited me to his house, I purposely went and got a mannequin head with a wig. And I took a marker and put "help me" on the forehead. And usually you bring a gift to a new friend or someone that moved in your neighborhood. I gave him the head. He goes, I'm going to stick that up your ass. And then Matt Light showed up. He goes, no, I want that. And those who don't know who Matt Light was, he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time Pro Bowl selection. Played for New England and blocked Tom Brady's blindside for 11 years. He was number 72. He does my son's football camp every year. Matter of fact, his signature was on the side of my Peterbilt.
Is that the blue truck?
Yeah.
What color you got now?
Light gray, and it's not a Peterbilt. It's Kenworth. I just got lucky and met those guys as celebrities. I got to know really. I wish Al Snow was still in the WWE. I'd be trying to, hey, Al, can you help me? What do you need? I want you to introduce me to where I can meet Kana. I was Asuka. Like, yeah. You need to set me up. I want that drink. That was back in 2015 when I did that. I want that drink. And this was before she became famous. Because when Barry told me to turn on wrestling, I turned it on. There she is wrestling. I'm like, that's the girl I was. He goes, yeah. I said, well, my chances of meeting her now is about as good as a one-legged man winning an ass-kicking contest. Ugh. Yeah, once they become famous.
Only wrestler I ever met was $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. I did security for him when he was doing a signing at a James Way. He was a real prick.
Really?
Yeah, one of the kids touched him. He's like, you guys aren't doing your job. They're not supposed to touch me. I'm like, you're not even a really good wrestler, so...
The one that I want to meet really bad, and I always wanted to replace JLB. I really liked Ron Simmons. He had great character, good charisma. I like that when he was Farouk, the head of the Nation of Domination, and Rocky, The Rock. Now he was known as Rocky Maivia. He was just the Intercontinental Champion. He was sort of new, and he tried to, grab the microphone to do the interview from Mean Gene Okerlund, and Mean Gene goes, I want to talk to the leader of the Nation of Domination. And then all of a sudden, Rocky Maivia grabs the mic. And then all of a sudden, Farouk grabs it out of his hand. He goes, you're just begging me to whip your ass, ain't you?
He's also... I got to meet Kurt Angle at this event as well. He shook my hand, gave me a free autograph, and told me thanks for watching. He wrote 2017 or 2007 Olympic something or other.
Yeah, he went to the same school as the Iron Sheik did, because the Iron Sheik won a gold medal too, just like he did.
The Great Khali. I got to meet the Great Khali too. He was there. That guy is huge.
Towards the end of his career, he shaved his head. He did that in honor of the Iron Sheik. Kurt Angle did, because they went to the same wrestling school in Minnesota. And they both won gold medals out of there.
Yeah, the Great Khali, he's like 7'9". I mean, he's tall.
Wasn't he the Giant Gonzalez? He was the tallest wrestler in the history of wrestling.
Yeah, and he was also in an Adam Sandler film.
Where was he from? South America?
No. Mm-mm. He has a place, I think, in the India area.
Oh, he's from India? I thought he was Latino.
He's Sheik or something. I don't know. But they call him the Great Khali. You can look it up. He's got like one of those jaw faces, like square face. Black hair, curly.
He'd make Andre the Giant look short. That's all he was.
Yeah. And now he has to use a cane because of his fragile legs. He's so tall.
Oh, yeah. The knees would go first. That's what Andre was running into. Andre's knees were giving. That's why he couldn't wrestle anymore. His last match was actually in Japan. He didn't do much.
What about that fat sumo wrestler guy that was like...
Yokozuna?
Yeah.
He was... Yeah, but he was from Samoa. He was related to Rikishi and The Rock and all them. They're all related. But Yokozuna was actually a real Yokozuna. That means, champion in Japanese. He couldn't be beat doing the sumo wrestling over in Japan. He was undefeated. Who the hell's going to lift his ass up or push him out of a ring? That's the only way you can win a match in sumo wrestling. You either push him out of the ring or you lift him up. There's no way you're going to lift that ass up. That was a lot of ass to lift, I'm telling you. I think Yokozuna was like 550 pounds, 600 pounds before he ended his career. He was huge.
Yeah. Well, let's see. What are those twin guys' names that are wrestlers? They're twins. Oh, the Hardy Boys. They were there too.
They're twins? I didn't know that.
I don't know. They look almost alike.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I stopped watching after the Attitude Era. The only reason why I started watching again was because of Kana. I'm like, ooh,
They do have some attractive wrestler chicks on there, but like the one that has the purple in her hair, it's blonde and purple. I forgot her name. She's hot.
I don't know. Well, Kana's hair is blue and red. One side's red, one side's blue. And she's cut it real short. It used to be really long. She's recovering from knee surgery she had to get. She'll
And then
come
there was
back.
another one that had red hair, and she has an accent, like from Scotland.
I think it's
Irish
Becky
or
Lynch.
something.
Now, the ones from Australia, those were the Iconics. They were great. I thought they were funny. They were from Australia. Well, there was the Bailey twins, or not the Bailey twins. There were twin girls, and they wrestled in the WWE together. I can't remember that.
What's funny is I saw a YouTube video of women, female wrestlers, and one of them had their legs in certain places when they landed on the mat, and wink, wink. And when the woman that tackled her, if you will, she kind of put her face somewhere. I don't want to go in detail. Us men's know what's going on. But so Cliff says, go ahead and say it. You're an adult. So there's a video where there's this nutcracker taking a candy cane going, like this after the face in the woman's, everywhere. And, yeah, I thought that was like, I keep seeing this over and over in Facebook Reels, and I was like, what? And I get it, but I don't like to use words. So, yeah. So it was hot, but then the Nutcracker shows a candy cane. He's sniffing it, anyway. So it was almost like a lesbian thing.
Well, I like the Attitude Era because they let it all hang out. A lot of these wrestlers had character and charisma. They didn't really have to wrestle because of their characters. Their shoots and their interviews were just entertaining in itself. One of my favorites during the Attitude Era was The Godfather. He said in an interview, they gave me The Godfather, because he used to be a voodoo priest named Papa Shango. When he became the Godfather, he said, I got laid so much being the Godfather, doing the Ho Train. He said every city we went in, they went to strip clubs and hired some of the girls to follow him out to the ring. He goes, man, I'd always have 2 or 3 of them with me every night. He goes, I got laid a lot. Pimping ain't easy, man. That was his music coming out to the ring. Pimping ain't easy, man.
That announcer guy that from the 80s, I guess, the one with the, what's his name? That always Macho Man was always interviewed by back in the back. And
Gene Okerlund?
Yeah. He was always interviewing Macho Man, and there's a couple of YouTube videos about him when it's just yeah, just oh yeah, and all this, and I thought it was funny. I kept having to repeat it because it just cut out everything else, and that's cream of the crop, and
yeah, but a lot with Macho Man talking to the wrestlers back then. Macho Man had a gimmick, but a lot of it was real. He was jealous of everybody around Elizabeth. That's why he would lock her into a private room away from everybody. And he hated Roddy Piper because Roddy Piper would always screw with him about it.
But he was friends with Hulk Hogan, though, but they were faking it, saying, me and Hulk Hogan are like the cream of the crop, and
well, shortly thereafter, midway when they started the Mega Powers thing, yeah, they were friends. He lived in Tampa, Macho Man lived in Sarasota, and they said Macho Man always knew that Hogan and his wife had an open marriage, and one night he thought that Hogan was screwing Elizabeth, and it was a mess.
Yeah, but Elizabeth and Macho Man are deceased now. That's sad.
Yeah, a lot of the great ones are.
Macho Man passed away in a car accident.
Yep. With his new girlfriend that he was happy with.
Did she die too, or just him?
Just him.
Mm. Like he was racing or doing something. I don't remember, but or he went to.
He originally was going to be a Major League Baseball player. He was ambidextrous. He could pitch the ball left and right-handed.
Mm.
But I'd say his best position, going by the numbers, he was a real good catcher. And he was signed. The Cincinnati Reds signed him coming out of high school, and so they put him in their AAA club. And something had happened, and his batting average went to sink a little bit, and they didn't re-sign him, and they released him. And he gave up on baseball, but he was really good, from what I was told, or in the interviews. You know, his brother, Leaping Lanny Poffo, was really highly educated.
And then Michael Jordan tried to do baseball. That didn't work out too well for him. But he's a billionaire. Who cares?
Well, he smacked one home run for the Birmingham Bulls. You know, that was the AAA club for the White Sox. But they can make money with him is the only reason why they signed him, regardless if he could play or not. They could sell his jersey, Birmingham, and well, the White Sox got the profit off that too, because that was their AAA team.
Mm.
Just like this one baseball player, you know, nobody knows who he is. He probably went back to Korea. He played 3 years for the Cincinnati Reds, and that's the same time that they got Ken Griffey Jr. And they thought Ken Griffey Jr.'s jersey was going to sell. It did, but not as much as this Korean rookie. It was because of the Korean guy's name is why his jersey sold like hotcakes. He was number 7, and his last name was Bong. Because of his name, that jersey sold like hotcakes. B-O-N-G, Bong.
Yeah.
And he was like, I think these people are crazy, is what he said. You know, they're just buying my jersey because of my name. You know? He was from Korea.
I read somewhere that Michael Jordan finally sold his house in North Carolina. It's been on the market for years.
Whoever can afford it.
Since the 90s. Home theater in that bitch. Yep.
Well, he's a Tar Heel, is why he lived here for so long. Everybody likes to live near their alma mater. Except for me. I'm not living in Massachusetts. Are you kidding?
We don't want to see your pit hair.
I went to UMass. I'm a Minuteman. But I last a lot longer than a minute, I'll tell you that.
Here we go.
Well, that's what they're called, the Minutemen.
No comment.
In and out. In 5 minutes. Well, it's been 3 hours. I appreciate everybody.
Hey, I'm
Alrighty.
glad I was able to make it a barrel of laughs for everybody. Hope they enjoyed it.
If you guys can join me again tomorrow, it's no big deal, but if you can, I'm going to be
Yeah,
doing it till Thursday.
Hey, if you're doing it tomorrow, I'm sure everybody's going to join you because you're probably the only one doing one.
Yeah. Cliff, you
All right,
heard
be
that?
safe, guys.
Cliff?
Yes, sir.
You going to be here tomorrow, Cliff?
I don't know. I got all the family coming over tomorrow. Got to have like 30 people in my house.
Oh, wow.
Well, if you can't, that's fine. I mean, at least say hey or something if you come in. But,
All right. Yeah, I'll try to.
yeah, that's fine.
Take
But
it
thank
easy,
you.
gentlemen.
All right.
See ya, Cliff.
See you, Cliff.
I can head out too, Josh. It's past midnight for me.
That's fine.
Thanks
I'm
so
about to
much.
get out here.
Yeah. Nice to see you, Sean.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Josh. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
Bye bye.
All right, Darren. I'll see you.
Cheers.
All right. Roxanne, appreciate you coming up. We're going to do this again tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And thank you to everybody for being around and watching. Talk to you later.